Check out.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. I am your host, Mike Usenick, and me and Gorak are a little early because if not, we're just going to talk backstage and run out of shit to talk about. Give me 1 second, Gorak. Let me close the door. Show them that Oopsie Boy stuff that you were talking about.
2 seconds. Let me just I just need to quickly pay for my groceries first, and then
your groceries. What are you doing? Grocery shopping?
Yeah, online, so I can get it delivered.
Now, before we went live, let me turn the light on here so we have better lighting. Before we went live, me and Greg was talking about being bald or shaving your head. I think you look beautiful bald, Greg. Nothing sexual about it. I just think you look good bald. I don't think I would look good bald.
I don't know. You got a beautiful head.
Thank you. Are you hitting on me, Gorak, but you're trying to be straight about it?
I'm 100% being straight about it.
I have a beautifully shaped head. I've been told, I have that German jawbone, but I don't think I'd look good bald. I've been bald before. There is pictures out there on the internet somewhere. It's been damn near a decade, but there are pictures out there of me bald. There's pictures for me 5 years ago of me with short hair. Because I started growing the fro again 4 years ago because I decided to cut my hair off, which is not going to happen anytime soon. By the way, we do have a special guest. We're going to announce it very soon. I know we were supposed to do it last week, and we didn't because things were rescheduled. It fucking happens. Life happens. But we do have a guest coming up. We will post about it soon. And we are doing a Pink Sock Reacts. I don't have a flyer for it yet, but it's Cocaine Bear.
Movie of the year.
I will talk about it then. But Gorak, what is the Oopsie Pants or whatever?
Okay. Let me type this up.
Is it like a diaper?
I don't know.
You bought it?
No, fuck no. I'm not spending money on Oopsie underwears. Oopsie underwear sounds like you've done a shit and then
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like a diaper, but it's underwear. I'm kind of interested. Maybe I'll be wearing Oopsie underwear in the next 40, 50 years. I'll be wearing a diaper and doing Pink Sock. And that's what I do now. If you have to go to the bathroom and you're a podcaster, you got to wear a diaper. Hear me out.
Yeah, let me have a look because I'm having a scroll. Okay, I found it.
Okay, what? You can share your screen. I want to see what this Oopsie underwear is.
All right. Okay. Booyah. Whoa, shit. Okay. Boom.
Now, what's the description say? Scroll down. Bond's Oopsie toilet training undies help littles feel it. Oh, it's fucking underwear for kids. I thought it was for adults, bro.
I almost bought them. Lucky we just scrolled down for this shit.
You buy them and they're fucking tiny. You're these are fucked up underwear, bro.
Dude, I think I'm fat. They won't fit.
Fucking my boy Gorak over here almost bought himself fucking baby diapers. What the fucking thing you read, dude?
Us Aussies are weird, man.
Speaking of Aussies, you sent me that video. We can't really share it on our end because I think there's copyright and shit involved. But the fucking video you sent me of my dick cheese.
A guy at work sent me that, and then I went send it to Megan, send it to Mike, and I said, McDick cheese. That should be our sponsor.
Yeah, our sponsor is a vegan cheese company called Medic Cheese.
Yeah, so vegans can't be angry at us.
You wonder what's weird? I don't know why Instagram did this, but I was on our Instagram account. Sorry, my phone's going off. I'm trying to get it to go away here. Do not disturb. People know we're live, whatever. But
hang on. Sorry, I just did a plug-in.
When I did the Instagram advertising, for some reason, it did it in Australian currency.
Really?
I got this fucking bill from Australia, and I thought my account was hacked.
That's funny as shit.
I thought it
It
was
was
fucking. I think it's because you're logged into it as well. So like it
yeah, probably. I
bro,
was probably sending out bitcoins again.
bro, what the fuck? All these hackers and shit. I've never been hacked yet, knock on wood. If I end up hacked and you get weird
I have so many times on my bank account. One time during lockdown, someone withdraw $800 out of my account.
bro, I lost my wallet in a big city,
Same.
like a huge city, and it had my social security card in it, everything.
Well, I remember maybe 8, 9 years ago. I would have been an apprentice chef still then, but I remembered we were going to this heavy metal festival the next day, and I got paid because I was getting paid cash in hand, and I was staying over at a mate's house because he was going to the festival as well. And I remembered we went by to stop by at Macca's to get some food after work, and I paid for my meal, and I thought I put my wallet in my back pocket. I had my full week's wage of pay,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently I missed my pocket, and it might have fell on the ground. I didn't take notice of it until I sat down, and then I went looking for it, and then I asked the guys behind the counter. He goes, "Oh, you reckon you can have a look in the security cameras if anyone's?" Because I lost my wallet, and they said, "Oh, we can't do it."
Why not?
So I'm like, "No, fuck this." So I went through the garbage bins. I found my wallet in there, and all my money was taken.
At least you found your wallet. My issue is when I was living in a different state, I was fucking in my car. I had just got a new job. It was my first day on the job. So I had my social security card in it, which I normally just leave at home. But I had my social security card in it because I had to give that to my GM to do all the paperwork. So I go on my lunch break and I go to the restaurant. I go through the drive-through. I order my food. I sit down. I'm eating it in my car, and I'm running a little late. I'm not late for my lunch, but I'm running a little late. So I clock back in, and I guess I stand up. My wallet was on my lap, and I didn't know it. I thought I put it in my pocket, and it fell
Yeah,
out. So I lost my ID, everything. And I'm like, well, if my identity gets stolen, that's somebody else's debt, not mine, right?
yeah.
That's how
It's
it works.
always the worst thing when these things happen, especially I've seen videos of when fucking people leave their shit on top of their car. You
Bro,
know, you know what I mean? And then they drive off and shit.
I've
Like,
seen that. I've seen people do that with drinks. They put their drink on top of their
yeah,
car and fucking drive off.
that's even more funny about wallets and shit. But like, it's just a no, man.
I would never put my wallet on top of my car. Now, if I had a drink in my hand and I put it on top of my car because it frees my hands, then yeah, I could see that. I've seen people drive. This is hilarious. I've seen people pumping their gas, sit in their car, forget they're pumping gas, and drive off and rip the fucking hose off.
What the hell?
I work in a gas station. I know how irritating it is.
Oh, you've seen it all, dude. You have seen it all, my
I
friend.
saw that shit, and it's fucking wild. I've never personally done it because I stand either by the pump or I go in, I get my food and shit, and then I come out and it's done and I let it out. People go into their fucking car and shit. And the thing is, the negative about getting in your car is when you get out, you have to rub your hand on the side of your vehicle because you have static electricity now and you could burn your fucking car. You can light a fucking spark. Call me crazy, but that can happen. Be careful.
Man, I still need to witness this. I've never seen anything like that before.
That'd be a great horror movie. Static Electric. But Greg, we need
And
sponsors.
then Static X would do the soundtrack.
We need sponsors, Greg, and I got a perfect sponsor. We need Preparation
Yeah,
H.
make dick cheese.
My dick cheese and Preparation H. Because what a better sponsor for Pink Sock than Prep H.
Did you watch WrestleMania?
No, I did not because I've not really been that into WWE. I've been watching a little bit of AEW, but I'll probably watch it because I watch WrestleMania every year just to watch it, not live, but I'll watch it.
Did you hear about the Australian won her first championship?
Yes.
First Australian to win and the women's title and another title, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Was it tag team?
I think it was tag team titles.
Yeah, so she was the first Australian to do that, which is
We're
pretty
gonna
good.
go,
That's respect.
I never got to watch it, but WrestleMania 20, what was it, 39, I mean.
39.
WrestleMania 39 was labeled WrestleMania Goes to Hollywood. Now, this isn't the first time they've been to Hollywood.
Like twice?
Yeah, they were advertising it like, ooh, it's this big thing that they're in Hollywood, but that's not their first time in Hollywood. WrestleMania 21 was WrestleMania Goes to Hollywood. It was the same exact tagline. So this one should have been WrestleMania Goes to Hollywood again.
Sounds like a fucking movie to me.
Yeah, it's fucking. Did you ever watch a Scooby-Doo Goes to WrestleMania?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, it's a real thing, very real.
That is funny.
But
But
I'm gonna go through
Jake
the
Paul was in there. He had a fight.
Really?
And he was promoting his fucking stupid Prime drink as well. And KSI came out and he had the Prime fucking costume on. This whole Prime drink shit, don't buy it. Don't fucking buy it.
Is it awful?
I haven't tasted, but I've heard really bad reviews, so I'm just gonna go off it. It's fucking horrible. Apparently they did like an energy drink one for it, and apparently it's got like twice the amount of caffeine than fucking coffee.
Fuck.
And kids at the age of fucking 10, maybe 12. No, actually no. Kids at the age of maybe 13 to 16-year-olds fucking buying that shit.
That's fucking crazy.
And in supermarkets, when they were launching the Prime drinks, there were like fucking kids lining outside the grocery store to get in just for the fucking drinks. If I was in that line, I would have just got in there just to get my Red Bull and go.
Bro, this is.
But it's just like they're doing it because of Logan Paul.
Honestly, I have to give the Paul brothers some credit.
They're fuckwords.
They are, but that aside.
Well, maybe Logan Paul might have a little bit more brains than Jake Paul. But
Logan Paul. Let's talk about Logan Paul real quick. This man, okay, he got into pro wrestling. Whether you agree with him being there or not, he got into pro wrestling. And he's good.
Yeah.
He's one of the few celebrities that I've seen that can actually wrestle. And you also got to give his brother credit too. Yeah, they're fuckwits. Yeah, they're assholes. Whatever you want to call them. Whatever you think they are. But he got into fucking mixed martial arts and he's good. Like
or boxing.
Or boxing or whatever. They actually take the shit seriously.
Well, he only fought one professional boxer. You know that, right?
I know, but he was smart about it. He gets to pick his fucking fights.
Yeah, and you can't really call him a professional boxer when he's beating up old dudes and retirement fucking MMA fighters and a basketballer.
I read somewhere, or I saw somewhere, he was like doing a podcast or something, and he challenged Mike Tyson to a fight.
Mike Tyson would destroy him, though.
Even now.
Yeah. Floyd Mayweather almost knocked him out. Actually, no, that was his brother, sorry.
But that fight's never going to happen because Mike Tyson, when he did that last fight, he admitted that he doesn't have the soul for it anymore. He doesn't have the spirit anymore. He realizes that he's not what he once was. So I doubt he will ever box again.
Oh, no, but he's in great shape still at his age.
He is.
That comeback fight that he done, I think he won that fight too. He was in perfectly good shape.
So, for WrestleMania, I'm planning on watching it, but I don't care about the results, really. I just watch for the storyline.
Is that like a 2-day event?
It's a 2-day event now, ever since the pandemic.
Fucking hell.
This is what I found weird. The first day, you know what the opening match was?
What was it?
A singles match for the United States Championship. Austin Theory versus a returning John Cena.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw clips and fucking that dude was biting John Cena.
Yeah, but like John Cena's back. He's arguably, your views aside, he's arguably the Hulk Hogan of this era.
Yeah.
And you have him opening WrestleMania.
He's definitely had hair transplants.
He looks like Ernest from Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Goes to WrestleMania.
He looks like he could be somebody's fucking school teacher. Or someone's principal.
What else doesn't make sense?
His hair.
Okay. The main event of WrestleMania was a tag team match for the tag team championships.
Mm.
The main event, the co-main event or whatever you call it, was Pat McAfee versus The Miz in a singles match. That shouldn't have been the co-headlining. The co-headlining, in my opinion, should have been Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for a championship.
Mm.
Or that should have been the main event, in my opinion. I've not watched the pay-per-view, but looking at the matches, that should have been the co-headline thing. Now, another weird note is night 2, Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
I think by the sound of things, it kind of felt like it's like all over the shop. A little bit.
Yeah, like
than what it was maybe like 10 years ago. Maybe 15 years ago, you know?
Like, I kind of understand the main event, though.
Yeah.
It's for the Universal title that night. It was Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, Roman Reigns won that.
He shouldn't have. Okay.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns.
He was in the I saw a footage. He was in like a press conference, and it was before he sat down. And he goes, "Oh, I see a lot of you fucking haters out there, doubted me or something like that." He's a good wrestler. It's good.
Roman Reigns is a good wrestler, but the thing is the story leading up to this. Cody Rhodes should have won.
Mm.
It makes no sense throwing Roman Reigns down everyone's throat like you did John Cena. Let other people be champion.
Yeah.
That's why your product is stale, because you keep shoving the same people down the people's throats. Let other people become champion.
Well, that's why WWE hasn't really been that good anymore.
No. However, Shane McMahon ended up injured at WrestleMania.
Was it Shane or Vince?
Shane.
Oh, yeah, because he'd done his knee.
Yeah, it was The Miz versus Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I saw footage of that.
Which was weird because due to McMahon ending up injured, he tore his quadricep at the last minute. They decided to have Snoop Dogg versus The Miz. Like during the match, from my understanding, Shane got hurt and then Snoop Dogg came out and beat The Miz in a one-on-one match. You heard me right. Snoop Dogg has a fucking WrestleMania win against The Miz.
Stupid. And it just doesn't get any dumber from there.
No. And The Miz, 2 days in a row, lost a match. The Miz had a match the night before against Pat McAfee and lost.
Could you imagine if WWE wasn't scripted?
What? That would be weird. It'd be a legit fight. They tried that with Brawl for All and they failed.
Oh, did they?
They did something, it was like a boxing tournament. And the guy that they were expecting to win, who's has been in boxing, he ended up losing to a fucking jobber, which I don't know if you know what a jobber is, but a jobber is a wrestler that's designed to lose all the time. That guy signed up, and in the wrestling world, he was a loser, but when in an actual boxing ring, he beat the shit out of the dude that they thought was going to win.
Dude, you know what? I saw something on TikTok, and I sent this to a friend of mine, a guy that used to work with me. It's like MMA basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the octagon, and I think there's 5 people on each side, and they're playing like proper basketball, but like MMA style.
You get the ball, get the fucking shit knocked
You
out of
like
you.
pick him up and throw him and steal the ball and try and like score and shit. It's like full on body slamming and that. I'll send you the video on like Instagram or
That's
TikTok or whatever.
fucking wild.
I want to, and I remember seeing I sent it to him and like, dude, let's start up a team.
Now, can I go on a rant real quick? I'm sorry to interrupt you,
No, you're
but I'm still in like WrestleMania mode.
right.
Okay, just a few years ago, The Miz was your guy. I'm talking to WWE at this point. The Miz was your guy. The Miz was the world champion. Now you have him fucking losing to Snoop Dogg and Pat McAfee? Are you fucking kidding me?
They're running out of ideas, dude.
This dude, he must have done something wrong because he was on top of the company just a few years ago and now he's losing to fucking Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not even that much of a wrestling fan now, but when I see shit like that, it reminds me why I don't watch it anymore. They give you
Like what Undertaker said on Joe Rogan's podcast. It's gone soft now.
Here's another thing that happened. Rey Mysterio fought his son at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. Even though Rey Mysterio got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he got inducted. But here's the
Stacey
thing.
Keibler, I think.
Nothing against Rey. Nothing against any legend in the business.
So it's
But-
child versus child.
The way wrestling works, okay, once you hit a certain age, the only time you win the championship is to like make it legit and then you lose to the next up and coming star. If you are wrestling, your job at that point of your career is to make the next generation look good, not fucking beat them all the time.
Mm.
Rey Mysterio fought his son in a match and won. Now, for the nostalgic fans, that's really cool. But for those that understand the business, unless they have a rematch and Dominic wins in a great fashion, or he's this heel or whatever the storyline is, you're not legitimizing Dominic by losing to his father. If you remember, there's a legend. Chris Jericho is kind of the same way now, by the name of Terry Funk. He went to ECW, won the world title, and then after that, he never won the title again. He was there to make the other people look good. That is your job.
Yeah, it's. You reckon they're running out of storylines now?
I reckon.
Like they're just running out of just ideas and just getting family members to beat each other up on live TV.
The thing is, there's only so much you can write in wrestling, though. It's kind of like a movie. If you notice, a lot of movie ideas are damn near the same anymore, just different.
They're pretty much the same, but just a different. Just different dialogue to it.
Even with Terrifier's damn near like It or any of those movies, but it's its own.
No, it's different.
He don't talk. Ooh.
And he doesn't come out of tunnels.
Yeah, but it's still a fucking killer clown.
And he doesn't have red balloons.
Yes, but my point
Does
is,
Pennywise honk his horn?
my point is, it's literally a killer clown. That's been done before many times.
Yeah. With supernatural powers.
Has a killer mime been done yet?
A killer mind.
Mime.
Oh, I don't think so.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Terrifier, I forget his name. Art
the clown? Yeah.
He's a clown, but he has mime-like instincts because he doesn't talk.
Mm.
But a killer mime would be cool. Like with supernatural powers, like put you in a fake box and stab you with a fake knife. Could you imagine getting killed by weapons that aren't there?
They probably think you're crazy.
Fucking this mime comes up and does this, and you're like, "What?" And it shoots you and kills you. You ain't even got you ain't even got nothing.
Yeah. Well, like the whole story behind Art the Clown, though, the guy wanted to do like a homage to like Art the Clown, to Pennywise.
Yeah, I've heard that mentioned in the past.
Yeah, You reckon Art the Clown's related to Pennywise and Captain Spaulding?
Maybe they might be all related.
Because you know how Captain Spaulding's got like fucking stepkids and fucking. you reckon like if Rob Zombie does like Free from Hell comes back, and then like Art the Clown just shows up and just holds his hands out.
Art's the next fucking Captain Spaulding.
Yeah, and then Baby's like, "Who the fuck's that guy?" And Art the Clown's just like.
Do you reckon that Captain Spaulding was behind all the events in all those movies? You don't really see it on screen, but do you think he was behind it all?
I don't
Like
think
kind of
so.
kind of like a Charles Watson kind of thing.
Maybe, but I don't think so. They don't really give him much of a backstory of who he really was.
We need to have a Captain Spaulding movie, like a backstory about him.
But
And
how is that going to work? Though,
you could
if
play
you're
him.
going to have Sid Hang.
No, we have to have a younger guy play him to play the younger version.
The guy that played Rob Zombie's Halloween.
But like, it'd be cool. Now, it is kind of hinted though that he does bring people to that place to be killed. Though that was hinted in House of a Thousand Corpses when he sent the cops there.
Yes. Yeah, but I don't know. It's hard to tell with him because I reckon it's 50-50.
Makes sense.
You know, he's just the clown in the gas station with fried chicken.
Yeah, but like he leads people there. He has to know what's going on if he's related to them.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. We should interview him.
Interview Rob Zombie just to ask him these questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, Rob, what's the go? Captain Spaulding's character. I don't know, man. He likes fried chicken.
He just likes fried chicken, don't we all?
And just knock bitches out.
Knock bitches clean out.
Yeah. Steal the car. And
I love your shirt, Gorak. I love your shirt.
Yeah, it's more. I found this shirt. Thought I lost it, but it's in there.
What's your favorite Misfits era?
You
don't even know.
Michael Graves is pretty cool though, because that was more. I find the Michael Graves era was a little bit more thrashy, but punk.
Yeah, it was pop punk kind of in a way.
Well, it was more like thrash punk.
Yeah, but his vocals were kind of like a pop punk style, but without the high
sing-along style, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I liked shit. I haven't listened to it. Their albums are so long. There is one album that I do like, and I had like Dig Up Her Bones. Where is it?
Dig Up Her Bones.
Yeah.
That would have been. Forget which album that was. I want to say American Psycho. It was American Psycho.
Oh yeah, that's a good album. Famous Monsters was a good album too.
Well, you know why they did a whole genre change, right?
Because
different songwriters, different band.
Yeah.
Because Glenn Danzig wrote those first two albums in their entirety. Like he wrote all the instruments, he sung, like all that shit.
Dust is a good song too.
Like they were a great band after Danzig. Don't get me wrong, they're great. It was just a different songwriting style.
But still good.
Still very good. And
still very good in my opinion. But I don't think they would never release any new music, eh?
Did you? I don't know if they will or not, but did you ever listen to their album Project 1950?
1950. Is that the one with the Monster Mash song?
Yeah,
Monster Mash is on there. Yeah, I've listened to it. It's been a while though.
Yeah, it was an all covers album, and it was the only album to feature Jerry only on vocals. They haven't released an album since. No, they did. They released The Devil's Reign. That came out in 2010.
Since 2011 in Spotify.
Yeah, it came out around that time. Jerry Only was singing, and so is Dez Candina on that album. Dez is famous for also being the singer, well, the third vocalist and rhythm guitarist of a hardcore punk band, Black Flag.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Black Flag. Not
And
like
then
the music.
the last thing they really released was Dead Alive in 2013, which was a live album.
Yeah,
I
but I
don't
like
think,
how because they've only released like what 6 albums, 7 albums.
they released
That doesn't include
7.
live, but there's like
7.
a big gap in between those albums, eh?
Yeah, there was 1982, 1983, and then they kind of broke up because of the whole Danzig thing. They did release Static Age in '96, which featured Danzig on vocals, but it was supposed to be their debut album, but it was never released.
Yeah, through '97.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in '78.
Shit.
And then they came out with American Psycho in '97, which was the first time we saw Misfits without Danzig.
That's weird, man, because it's like it's kind of in weird order.
It is because the debut album of Misfits was supposed to be Static Age in '78, but it never got released. Instead, they did Walk Among Us in '82, which was like 4 years later. Then they did Earth AD. Then Danzig left the band. And then, hold on, I'm trying to like, damn near a decade, over a decade later, they released Static Age, which was supposed to be their debut album, but it was their third album. And then a year later, they released a new album with a new lineup.
Harbor Moments is just a fucking classic Misfits sing-along song. Because I always hear that song when I used to play like Tony Hawk games and stuff.
Who could forget, though, that classic song, I Got Something to Say? I can't sing the rest of it, but
I remember hearing that. It was Metallica doing that.
Yeah. And so was didn't they also cover Da 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 My Daughter Got No Love? You know that song?
Yeah.
Da 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 My Daughter. That's a good fucking tune right there.
But yeah, they're a great band. I would love to see them live, but who knows what's going on with them, eh?
Good morning, Jackie.
Hello.
And good morning, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in and hit that subscribe button.
You know who else released a solo album? A good solo album?
Who?
Billy Valor from Him.
Oh, really? Isn't he the only original member of Him?
What's that?
Isn't he the only original member of Him?
No, it was him and Lindy Lindstrom.
Oh, okay.
I think, and the bassist, I think.
Oh yeah, I've listened to his solo stuff. He goes under the name VV now.
Yeah, they got released not long ago, and I was been listening to it on my way to work this morning. It's actually pretty good, man.
It's a great album.
Yeah, some really good tracks, but I like how he uses the heartogram on that album cover on his thing, because it's his trademark.
Yeah, like it's part of him, but it's part of him as well because his autograph is even the heartogram.
Yeah. Yeah, the album is called Neon No?
Yeah, I saw that, but I don't see the heartogram on the album cover. The one that I see is just his face wearing that mesh hat.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good to see him have this shit.
Is Him still a band?
No, they broke up like a couple of years ago.
I heard that they wasn't doing stuff there for a while because I think didn't he have like some health problems there a while ago that prevented him from doing music for a little bit?
I don't know, but that dude is like a vampire. He hasn't aged in the last 10, 15 years.
I must be mistaken because I thought I heard that he had like slight health problems.
It's too much smoking on stage, bro.
Oh, that's why. Okay. His alcohol abuse got so bad that he was like throwing up blood and shit. And then due to him relapsing, he took a break from music. And now he abstains from drinking while on tour, and he quit smoking.
Oh, that's good because I've seen him live twice,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, he's always having a cigarette in his hand.
Yeah, he quit.
Even live footage and stuff like that.
He quit smoking, and he only drinks. He says he hasn't completely drank, but he will drink once a month.
No, it's good. Good on him.
But he says he don't drink while he's on tour.
Nah, that's really good. It's good to see people like him. I think Matt Heafy from Trivium is pretty strict on what he does on tour. Like he has certain times where he would eat and not eat and then sleep, you know what I mean? And what to have before a gig.
When you're on the road though, it takes a lot of I'm trying to find the wording for it. It takes a lot of like willpower to like really follow a regimen, especially when you're on the road, you don't know what restaurants are nearby.
Well, you reckon musicians now in the last maybe 5-6 years, it's different nutrition wise?
It is, but I think it's harder now because traveling alone costs more now. Touring costs more now.
Yeah.
Than it ever has.
But it's actually good to see art musicians like that's been in the game for a very long time, doing health and fitness stuff now.
Mm-hmm. It is great to see. Gorak, by the way, before I forget to mention it, I don't know if anybody else has listened to this, and I know you probably have, Gorak. But speaking of solo albums and stuff, this is older albums, but Glenn Tipton, his solo project, did you ever listen to that shit that he released?
Isn't it like sort of like fucking Judas Priest?
It kind of is. It's heavy metal.
KK Priest?
It's heavy metal, neoclassical metal. It's kind of like Judas Priest. But Glenn Tipton is singing on these albums, and he's a very good singer.
You're right.
It's very weird seeing him sing. But it fucking works, and it's amazing. Check it out.
I like how in metal, this is what I like about the genre of metal. Any guitarist or bass player or drummer that plays in a metal band isn't afraid to step up and sing.
Exactly. Even in rock, it's that way because Keith Richards has a solo career too. If you haven't checked it out, do it. It's amazing.
Yeah, Atreyu, the drummer, is now the lead vocalist.
Oh, damn. Oh, by the way, if you want to check out Glenn Tipton's solo stuff, dude, here's the people that's on the first album, and then I'll name people off the second album. Baptism of Fire in 97 featured Glenn Tipton on vocals and guitars. He played bass on one track. Robert Trio was on bass on 3 tracks. Billy Sheehan, he was the bassist on 2 tracks. John Entwistle of fucking The Who played bass on 1 track. Neil Murray played fucking bass on 1 track. Cozy Powell, he played on like 4 tracks. Don Airy, he played keyboards, and he's known for being Deep Purple's keyboardist and Ozzy's keyboardist. Then the second album he released had the lineup of Glenn Tipton, John Entwistle, and Cozy Powell.
Oh, nice.
So you had the bassist of The Who, and you had the fucking former drummer of Jeff Beck, Rainbow, Black Sabbath, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and Whitesnake. It's a great fucking album, dude. Go check it out. Oh, fuck. I just about fucking broke my foot on this damn exercise bike.
You're on an exercise bike?
I I had to move to the computer room due to all the lagging I was having. So I am sitting on my exercise bike, which is easy because after the podcast, I can exercise.
Very smart.
2-for-1 deal, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Oh, by the way, I do have a new Facebook group. Any of my fellow cannabis advocates, we do have a Facebook group. Well, I do. You can go on there to find educational material, funny memes, anything cannabis related. It's called Only Strains. It is on Facebook. We will just approve you. Now, if you want to get in on the action of reviewing products, you have to be a medical patient in a legal state, or you have to be in a recreational state. I want to keep it as legal as possible, but you don't have to have either requirement to be part of the group and enjoy the educational parts. We are accepting anyone from anywhere, but if you are trying a particular product, please say at least what state you're in so patients will know where to find it. Like if you're living in that area or if you can find it in that area.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a nice little cannabis education thing because I do plan on getting further and further into the field, or at least expand my knowledge. Which, speaking of, I am going to be more than likely on Dabs with Dads tonight at 9:30. It's been a while, and I am getting a new toy, Gorak.
A new toy.
I'm getting a new toy to try once I get the money together to do it.
Just the way you said it, that's all.
No, it's this. I think it's cool as shit. It's like this, about like this big. It's like a pen or whatever. You screw the top off of it. You put your dry bud in it, and you put on this little bubble, this little thing that has water in it, and you have an electronic portable bong. No lighter, nothing. You don't have the toxins from lighting the cigarette from it. You don't have paper, nothing. You just smoke it straight out of that bubbler, and less chances of carcinogens and toxins going into your lungs because you're only smoking the good shit. Because when you light it and smoke it, you're burning everything. You're burning it all. You're taking it all in the lungs. With this, you're just smoking the THC and all that shit, CBD, and you're leaving behind the toxin part. And then with that little dry herb, it's now what they call decarboxylated, so you can eat that and still get the experience of
very smart.
Euphoric. And if you do that, though, you sprinkle it on a salad and you can eat it on your salad. I swear, Greg, put some avocado on that salad. Cannabis is the way THC activates is through fat. So if you have more fatty stuff on your plate, it'll go through your system quicker.
Yeah, right. Fuck, man, I might have to like hang out with you one day and
You're gonna have fun. I'm your favorite local pothead. Anyway.
Speaking of B-rated horror, like Pooh Bear and stuff. Winnie the Pooh, number 2 is confirmed.
Oh, nice.
And a friend of mine, because he knows how much I like trashy horror films, Garfield is getting a horror film.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Garfield the cat.
Garfield the cat is getting a fucking horror movie?
Yeah.
When? When the fuck is this happening?
Yeah.
I can't find it anywhere though.
Give me a second. I'll log in.
Garfield horror movie. They're doing a Peter Pan one. I wish they would do a horror movie based on like each of the Brothers Grimm stories.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool. There is a Garfield movie coming. But
yeah, it's a horror film.
That's fucking wild. That is crazy.
Let me find the thing. And
World of Gorak before we cut off this episode.
I found it.
Okay.
Yeah, where are you? Facebook.
When's it coming out?
I don't know. Doesn't it look like fucking doesn't it look like Pet Cemetery?
It does. That looks bad though, like really bad,
I'd
like
watch it.
unwatchable bad. That's Garfield First Blood. You know it's bad.
That's like Jason's First Blood.
You know it's bad when even I'm like, I don't know if I'd watch that, bro.
Oh, you say it's bad, but then Winnie the Pooh was like movie of the year.
It was.
It was horrible.
That's your opinion, man. I think it and Cocaine Bear was like the top horror movies of the year.
Yeah, because it was well done. You see kids doing coke.
That movie, though, I view it. I'm not even going to get into it until we do the podcast because then we'd be talking about it and doing a review and all that.
Even though I did give it a good rating.
Oh, I gave it a good rating too.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I loved it. I thought it was funny as shit.
Oh, by the way, guys, for my birthday, I have decided that I'm going to be on my Facebook page. If you have me as a friend on there, I am actually going to be donating money to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. All you gotta do is just go on there and donate money. Facebook does it all for you. So if you guys
I've seen that,
have any money to give, I was gonna also do a donation thing for like a cannabis organization, but Facebook didn't have any listed that I wanted to donate to.
I thought you were gonna do like a donation for your plane ticket to come here.
I do plan on coming there, Gorak, but we'd have to meet halfway because that's a hell of a flight, dude. That's a day or two.
A day, almost 2 days, yeah.
I believe a round trip is like $2,000.
Yeah, something like that. I remember when I was doing the MGC podcast, they were looking at they're on their phones looking at like flights from Australia to them to see how much it is so they can have me over there.
Bro, if I'm paying for your plane ticket, you ain't going back.
Yeah, I'll just quit my job.
Just quit your job, dude. Come live here. So, Gorak, is there anything that you want to promote before we cut out of here?
I have a shiny head.
Dude, me too. But we're not getting into that.
Damn it. We can compare. In a non-weird way.
In a non-weird way, just show me. Actually, my head looks kind of like your head in a way.
Well, somebody at work on Sunday night, it was so funny. She went to grab the food and then blah 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 blah. And I said to the guy I was working, going, "Oh, she's kind of cute." And then like he went home sick or some shit. And then I was just like cleaning in there, and the chick that I said that to, she goes, "Oh, hey." She went up to the counter. I'm like, "Oh, hey." She goes, "Oh, how's your night going?" I'm like, "Yeah, good." And goes, "This might be a silly question, but like, what's your nationality?" And I'm like, Australian, Filipino, Croatian. But like for some reason I get fucking Maori or Mexican. And then she's like, "Well, me and my husband over there were like saying that you look like this comedian and he's like Australian Filipino."
You look like Joe. Oh no, he's not Australian. Shit, what's the name of that fucking Australian comedian that's bald? Forget his name. I know there's a Filipino comedian that's bald. His name is Joe Coy.
Wait, let me have a look. I think it's him. Yeah,
I don't
Someone
think
told me that. She told me that.
I don't think he's Australian, but he is Filipino, and you do kind of look like him. Like,
is it Coy?
Coy, Joe Coy, Koy. You look kind of like him. I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's American Filipino, correct?
Yeah, he's American Filipino.
Yeah. She told me I look like him.
Kinda. I can kind of see it. You look like him mixed with The Rock. Like, You look like you could be their son. Yeah, that's him right there. I see it. I do see it, bro. Look at him combing his non-existent hair. That's some shit you'd do. I
What do you
see it.
think?
I see it.
My stunt double?
Yeah, get closer to your camera and do that eyebrow lift like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah, you look like him. You should go on tour and be called Not So Joe Coy.
If he ever comes to Australia, I'm gonna get VIP tickets just to say that I'm your twin brother.
Walk up to him and be like, hey, you're my real dad. I need child support.
Don't you love me anymore?
Why don't you love me? Why'd you go out for milk and not come back?
Yeah. Why'd you fuck off to the States?
But
He kind of looks like Andrew Tate.
he does, but like the non-douchey version.
Well, he's actually out of prison now too.
I heard that. I actually saw that he did a live the other day. For some reason, it popped up in my feed.
Really?
Yeah, it popped up in my feed for some reason, and I'm like, I don't know why. I don't really
Yeah.
follow this guy.
Apparently, he got treated well.
He got treated well. He didn't have his butthole reinvented.
He grew his hair out.
My question is like, did they find anything in his apartment?
I don't know, but fuck, man, he talks a lot of shit.
He does. Like, and he's a bit of a dick. He's like, I'm the alpha male. No, you're not, dude. You're fucking nobody likes
Yeah,
you.
he goes, only rich people drink soda water.
And then he talks about fucking like how to be successful, which I don't even know how he became successful. But
What, by fucking doing what was it,
he
sex
literally
slavery or
he
something?
literally has people pay him hundreds or thousands of dollars to learn how to be an alpha male.
Oh, I thought you said that they pay people or him $100,000 or whatever it is to be an asshole.
No, alpha male asshole. Same thing. Be like me. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, but you're not getting paid that much. I
Like,
wish I did.
Pay me hundreds of dollars. I'll teach you how to be an asshole.
Yeah, kick that dude in the face.
So, Gorak, do you have any music that you're going to be working on soon? Like any type of like
Maybe.
covers?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm still trying to get this Instagram page that I want to do called the Gorak's Riffs, the one that I say if you can do me up a logo.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Just I have to find the right fonts and stuff because I don't do logos. The logo for Pink Sock was done by a friend of mine.
I'll pay him.
Okay, I'll send you his link. Like he does charge, but like
I'll pay him with likes.
I don't think he does that.
Oh, well,
I
can send him pictures.
I can make a flyer for you.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't know about a logo.
Where's Kanak when you need him?
Get a hold of him. He might do it for you.
Yeah, he's good with that shit, but man, he's always busy.
He is, but I'm
He's
sure
he's like more busier than us. He's like we're like 5 times busy, but he's like always like 20 times busy, hiding in fucking
And he gets paid for his busy.
Yeah, and we get shouted at. At how busy
we get
by assholes.
We get what the hell?
Oh, hello. We got a special guest.
We got a special guest, Noami.
Oh shit!
Oh, your microphone's muted, dear. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Mike, who's the new girl?
No. I don't know. She's new. We were just about
like that Naomi chick.
We were just about to end it until Naomi showed up. Now we gotta go. Now we gotta go another hour.
Yeah.
We can go on for another 2.
Probably could, yeah, another 2.
We can because we don't have a guest. We're supposed to be interviewing somebody after this podcast. Whether or not it's still going on is beyond me. I think it is. but we will announce who the guest is after we do the interview. I don't like announcing until after, because you announce too soon, and if things happen, things happen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what's new in the world of Noami?
Oh, been busy.
I bet you haven't been here in a while.
No, I've been working.
Damn, like I've been doing all kinds of crazy shit, running around and shit. Today I have 3 podcasts. I did my hair. Well, I didn't do my hair.
Oh, yeah.
Chaotic Locks did my hair. If you want to get your dreadlocks done by somebody that is in Ohio, I forget her exact different locations, but I know she's out towards the Steubenville, Ohio area, because that's where I went. But she does great hair, especially locks. She specializes in the dreadlocks.
Ah, right, yeah.
So, Gorak, fly your ass out here and get your dreadlocks done.
Working on it.
Um,
So
I
I've read that WWE and the company that runs the UFC will combine to create a 21.4 billion sports entertainment company.
That'd be fucking cool.
No, they just announced that they merged it together.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. UFC could very well be staged. Explain to me why Brock Lesnar can wrestle for both WWE and UFC and keeps winning fights.
I don't know.
That's crazy, though. Where'd you read that at, dude?
It just popped up in Sports Center.
Damn. So
You might actually see Jake Paul get smashed in the face.
might see Conor McGregor win the WWE and UFC title.
Yeah. But see, UFC fighters, because obviously it's a real contact sport, and they do. You've seen the massive cuts that you see on their foreheads and shit. Like it's fucking horrible. Even bare knuckle fighting. Have you seen that shit?
I've seen bare knuckle fighting too, yes. But the thing is with
one of
UFC,
the girls, one of the females in UFC, she's from Australia. She's like undefeated or something in that.
what's crazy though about the whole WWE UFC thing, from what it says, it's not that WWE had bought UFC or vice versa. The Endeavor Group owns 51% of the interest in WWE, and they also control interest in UFC, so they are merging the two.
But I don't know, man, because I don't know.
But what's going to happen to, like, I know they're going to still have WWE and UFC as 2 separate things, but they're also teaming up.
I can't really see. I don't know, man. They should just keep it separate.
It says right here, according to CNBC, WWE agrees to merge with UFC to create a new company run by Ari Emanuel and Vince McMahon.
They're trying to expand the company.
Both of them.
Yeah.
And you know what? That comes on WrestleMania weekend.
When
I don't know, man, because I know the injuries for WWE is pretty hectic, but the injuries are what UFC fighters get.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much they can fight a year.
Yeah.
Well,
compared to WWE wrestlers, though. But UFC is really full on though compared to WWE, I think.
Now, another thing that's to take note is Tony Khan of AEW said he has a huge announcement to make tonight. Or not tonight, but Wednesday on Dynamite. And if it's a huge announcement, I'm wondering if AEW, WWE, and UFC are all not merging, but partnering.
I doubt that.
I don't.
Is it this week then it's happening, or has it been happening for a while? Or?
Well, WWE and UFC,
I don't know anything about it.
UFC and WWE have been talking about merging for quite some time. AEW is just speculation. AEW has a huge announcement. Nobody really knows what it is. I doubt it's going to be a partnership like that. But looking at the facts that Triple H helps run the company and he's big into like indie companies getting exposure on TV, maybe it's possible. Even though Vince is still in charge at 77 years old.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think UFC fans will approve it though.
Who cares? It's not their business.
Yeah,
They
it
don't
is.
have to watch it.
It is, but then you gotta have ex UFC fighters complaining about it as well, and
Yeah, but it's not. UFC's not going anywhere. WWE's not going anywhere. They're just creating a whole other company, from my understanding.
But I guess if you put a WWE wrestler in the UFC octagon, there's no way they're gonna win. Look at CM Punk.
I don't think it's going to be like that, though. I think it's going to be a separate company.
Could you imagine that? Like what they did that with ECW and fucking WWE, how they had like clashes.
I can honestly see UFC and WWE merging and creating the next ECW.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think this should just be its own separate thing, man.
It will be, but the thing is I think it's going to be like a scripted thing like WWE, but going to be a more extreme version.
Yeah, but I just think that you can't script UFC.
Yeah, you can. They possibly do it all the time.
I doubt that.
You can easily blade. They've done it in wrestling. You can easily fake a punch. They do it in wrestling. Ever since from 1920 until 1970, wrestling looked real.
Yeah.
And the entire time it was scripted. Wrestling was scripted in like the late 1800s. It used to be a circus thing. And they scripted it then because they didn't want anybody getting hurt, but nobody knew it. It's very possible. It's also possible that football and shit's staged, but at a different level. It's more so staged at the referee knows what's going on and who's winning.
There's been times at that, and they get pulled up for it as well.
Yeah, I personally believe, and I'm not saying this is true, but I personally believe that all professional sports are staged one way or another. Somebody knows who's going to win.
Maybe, but there are times that you see somebody snap their legs in half, man.
Accidents
and
happen.
stuff. I remember seeing, I think it was Anderson Silva. He was like this really big UFC fighter, Brazilian stuff, and someone from the crowd saying goes, "Oh, don't break a leg," when he made his return, and he did a leg kick and he broke his leg.
Well, that happens in any sport, though,
and that's fucked up. But then you have like the Ronda Rousey return fight she did like a couple of years ago.
Now
she took like 3 years off or whatever it is and came back to fight for the fucking championship and got her head kicked in.
That even happens in wrestling, though. Let's look at Sid Vicious wrestled, I believe, on a Monday Night Nitro one time, and he went for a big boot up the top rope and snapped his leg in half.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's nuts.
Accidents happen. People have broken legs doing the Boston Crab, which is a professional wrestling move in a professional wrestling ring. People have died in the wrestling ring. So
I don't know. I kind of just think that UFC and WWE are just two different things.
Like UFC, I'm not saying the punches ain't real. I'm not saying the sport ain't real. Don't come at me in that way. I'm saying that you could very well script something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only thing that I think is not scripted one way or another is amateur sports.
Oh, like
college
amateur wrestling?
Like college football. Of course, amateur wrestling, you can't script that because...
Oh, fuck no. Look at Kurt Angle's neck.
But like shit like that, no. Even like little league, like mixed martial arts. That's not. Tough man contests. We have a lot of those out here. They're not. I'm not saying that is. It's a tough sport. All of them are tough. But 9 times out of 10, I believe that some fights could be staged. And there was a mixed martial arts company that went under that admitted that they staged their fights.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget what company it was, but there has been companies. I'm not saying for sure UFC themselves do it, but there are some mixed martial arts companies to take care of their athletes. They stage it to one degree or another.
Yeah. Oh, who knows? Who knows at all, man?
Like, I don't want people thinking I'm some kind of crazy conspiracy theorist, but I'm saying it's very well possible that you can stage that shit.
It's actually happened in it's actually happened in basketball too.
Yeah. Well, the
yeah, not now, but because there's a few. I remember recently an NBA player caught out a referee for saying that he was doing a shit job and costing them the match for calling stupid calls. And the video went viral, and apparently the referee got fined.
But here's the thing, though. In sports, let's go back to the whole wrestling thing I was talking about, because it's a great comparison. Pro wrestling until the 1970s, everybody thought was a real sport because it was very contact, very in your face, very much nobody could stage that kind of environment. Watch old school pro wrestling, for instance, 1950s, 1960s. And that would have been before like Ric Flair or whatever. It looked very real. Very real. And up until like the late 70s, early 80s, Vince McMahon was calling it wrestling. The only reason they got scripted and they started exaggerating moves and shit and admitting it's staged was because Vince McMahon was told that there was a new tax for sports, a federal tax. And Vince is like, well, we're not a sport. And he admitted wrestling was staged. A lot of promoters hated him for that.
Yeah.
Because it was a hidden secret that wrestling was real, but they scripted it behind the scenes. If you watch any wrestling before 1980, it looked very, very real. Because it was a hidden carnival secret that wrestling is real. But nobody knew it wasn't unless you trained to get into it. And even the training to get into wrestling was very hard and strict. They made you think it was a real sport. And then once they realized you have the drive to be in an actual sport, because it was hard to get into that back then, they would tell them, hey, we know who's going to win. You just figure out the rest. You create your own character, and you and the guy work together to have a finish. Any sport can be that way.
Yeah.
Any of them. And no disrespect to anybody in sports. I'm not saying that professional sports are 100% staged. I'm saying that they could be. NFL, for instance, the players don't know who's going to win, but the referees possibly do.
Yeah, I've heard stories about that.
Like, why would the NFL gamble against themselves?
I don't know. It's happened in I think it's happened in rugby league in here in Australia. One team did that, then they got caught out, and then they got stripped off from all their wins and start from the bottom again.
Yeah, but who's to say that the organization don't already know about it, and if they get caught, they just punish them and claim they didn't know? Like,
yeah.
Like, what kind of a punishment is it to be like, we're going to strip you of all of your awards that we gave you?
Yeah. I would have suspended him for the season.
I don't know. I think it's great that there are rules in place, though, especially going into football. I understand, it's a very contact sport. You freaking tackle people, all that. But with the recent discovery of CTE and brain damage and shit, I think the health of the players is more important than beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's we need a real sports person to come on here.
We do. It's just wild. But anyway, before we get going, Noami, thank you for joining us, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. It's nice to be back again.
Are you going to be joining us here in about 2 hours to record an interview?
I probably won't be able to today.
That works. We're going to be doing an episode on Wednesday. We're going to be
okay.
Cocaine Bear if you decide to watch it.
Right. I've not watched that.
That's still in theaters.
It's still in theaters, but you can go watch it before we go live.
Right. You mentioned about it in one of the other episodes.
Yeah, it's like about a bear that does a bunch of cocaine and then fucks shit up.
The backstory behind it
sounds interesting.
It did happen. Well, it said it's inspired by true events, but the bear that did cocaine in the real life actually died.
Yeah, it died. Nobody else got killed. The only thing that was real about the movie was the fact that a bear did cocaine and a famous drug dealer, died parachuting out of a plane with the drugs. That's the only true events to this fucking story.
That's a good way to die.
Parachuting out of a plane.
You reckon he was high?
Probably.
Might have been.
High as shit.
High in more ways than one.
Yeah.
I could not be high and skydive. I couldn't.
I reckon he did
skydive anyway.
I would. I couldn't. I wouldn't. My anxiety would be way too high. I'd be way too high. Nope.
Like
Why
that
jump
time
out of a perfectly good plane?
Like the freaking biopic of Weird Al Yankovic.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, because none of it happened apart from the record deal.
No, all of it happened. He knew Madonna. He met her for 5 minutes in real life.
Yeah, but didn't have any fucking actual intercourse with her and shit.
Well, that's a little bit of a exaggeration, but the rest of the story actually happened.
And what, killed Pablo Escobar?
Well, okay, that might not have happened, but like the rest happened.
Yeah, though, because me and Connor, the one that I work with, the one that supports us, he was telling me about it too. Like the reason why he made a bunch of shit up on that movie because like he didn't have a really much of an interesting life.
The movie actually had. Can we review it? Let's just review it.
Like in
that sounds fun.
movies.
I have another movie for us to review too, alongside with that. Weird Al did another movie in like the 80s called UHF. That's another really good movie.
UHF.
Yeah.
Is that like 90s?
I think it might have been 90s. I don't think it was the 80s. I think it was the 90s. It has Michael Richards in it from Seinfeld. The guy that played Kramer. He actually plays a janitor who this is my special mop. Like he's walking around with like a mop and shit.
Who, Kramer?
Yeah, the guy that plays Kramer.
Did he have his hair? Did he have the hair?
Not the Kramer hair, no.
Oh man!
But I think this movie came out before he was Kramer.
Oh, Kramer!
But guys,
classic character.
I think we talked about everything we wanted to talk about. Go check out Only Strains on Facebook. Go check out Gorak on Facebook. Check out Pink Sock on Facebook. Check out Naomi.
Yeah, that's a fan page.
Naomi.
Yeah, it's like a drill.
Like my homie, but like my
homie.
My homie. But check out Naomi on Instagram and Facebook. We're everywhere. Go check us all out. Like us, subscribe to us, follow us, share us. Whoa. Not like that. Don't share us like that. Share our stuff. Not that. No. Don't share our stuff. Share our pages. That's what I meant to say. Love you all, and as always, live long, rock hard.
Bye-bye.
Bye.